Very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. So last two videos we recorded regarding the Gatling. First video we saw about the Gatling installation, introduction part, and the basic run of invoking a HR file, HR file, and then getting a report and testing an application with a performance testing and report we saw in the first video. In the second video we saw how to convert the same HRA file into an script in an Eclipse. Okay, so we saw how to generate the script and enhance the script and how to segregate into different scenarios. And then after segregating into different scenarios, how to increase the users, how to set the users, how many users are going to hit the application, right? We will set it and the ramp up we saw in the last video. So this video, instead of going functional, right? We thought of testing an API, right, with the same performance testing Gatling. How to test the API with different sets of user and check the performance. Okay, so that is what is the plan for this video, this Gatling video. So now we'll go to the same code which we used in the last video. We'll go to the same video, then we'll code, and then we'll create a new class. Okay, public class. Okay, C2T API. So we have an API, sample API for our learning purpose, right, in our own company C2TA. So C2TA API, we'll have it. Then we'll extend this with simulation. Okay, simulation is a class where it has some basic methods, right, which we can use it. Right, it has some scenarios where it can be used for our own purpose, right? So it's a simulation is scalar class. It defines the parameters and behaviors of a load test. Okay, so simulation basically it includes the one or more scenarios. It represents the user interactions you want to simulate. Okay, so how many number of users you want to simulate, that will be there in the simulation. Those methods we can use it by extending those classes. Okay, so the duration of test, what is the protocol you are going to use it, and number of users you want to do it, all these things will be there in the simulation class that we are extending it and using in our test case. Okay, so that is what we are doing with the help of this simulation class. Okay, now let's go and create the start writing the code. First we need to import the static imports. We need to do some, right. Already I have some static imports in my project. I'm just copying it and pasting. So all these static imports we need to have in our in our project. Okay, so in our class, so I just copying my static imports and pasting it here. Okay, so it has normal imports and also static imports. Okay, so if I open this, right, static imports, let me open it. Static imports, it comes from the package Gatling Java API core DSL and Gatling Java API HTTP DSL and Gatling Java API JDBC DSL. Okay, so we should have this imports. Got it. So next one is right. We'll have first we'll start writing the code. First we need to set the base URI. Okay. First you need to set the HTTP protocol builder. Okay, the purpose of HTTP protocol builder. Okay, it is used to set the it's like a precondition which you normally use in REST assured or the Karate framework, right? We need to set the precondition, like for example, base URL headers, right? Any headers you want to pass it, right? That we can set with help of this HTTP protocol builder. Okay, this HTTP protocol is like a DSL language, domain specification language. It is used to stimulate the HTTP request and the responses. Okay, so for that we need this HTTP builder to set the base URI. Okay, for that we need HTTP protocol builder space HTTP protocol equal to, okay, the reference equal to HTTP dot base URL method and the base URI. Okay, so we already have this endpoint with us. We just copy this and paste here. Okay, then I'll just give colon there, and then I'll make this give an access modifier as private so that it can be accessed within the class. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm going to write the set the code for the post request. Okay, post is nothing but creating a resource. First we need to use chain builder, right? It is used to define the sequence of actions to be executed in a scenario. The chain builder is used to define the sequence of actions in this scenario. Okay, so this is called lesson change. This is why we are using for, we are building the series of actions here. Okay, first we are going to create the resource, we are going to make the post condition. So first we'll give post here, post equal to execute method. Then we should give in that execute method we should give http in that you should give post request dot post. Okay, then the endpoint, then the resource you should give. Okay, we need as body as JSON. So we are giving as JSON. Okay, so JSON method we are giving as JSON dot body. So we are going to need to pass a body, right? The JSON request body we need. So we'll give it as string body. So we are going to pass now as a string body, and then we need to pass the body here. Let me go copy in my right contract document. I'll just copy and paste here. Okay, and I'll change here something, right? Right, something manager I'll do. Okay, I'll give in the place of cell name I give right API. Okay, and in the place of Joshi I'll give Anju. Okay, so now what I'll give is, right, I'm just passing this body here. Okay, now I'll give a semicolon here. Okay, now then we need to validate it, right? For that I'll give check method. Check method here is here is used to for validation. Normally we'll write assert dot assert, right? We used to give in the normally in the rest assured world, right? So right, we do different ham crust, we do a lot of validation points we give. Here we use check method. Check the status is 200, dot is 200. So it's going to check whether the after the execution the status is 200 or not. Okay, so this is what is going to give now. Okay, so we created an post method now. So now we are going to give an get method also. We'll give post, we will give on the single go, we'll give. Okay, first we'll give post. Okay, post request I gave. Next what I'm going to give is, right, I'll change it to an access modifier private, so that it is accessed within this class. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll give chain builder, same, it's chain builder we need to give chain builder. Now we'll use get request, get equal to execute. Okay, http get request dot get resource dot as JSON. Okay, so now I'll give get request now. So first we created resource, now we wrote the code for retrieving a resource also. Let's give and make this one as a private also. Okay, now we'll do an update also. Private it's for chain builder put equal to execute. Okay, now we'll give http. Okay, put request, now we'll give a put request. So what protocol put request. Okay, then we'll give dot put method. Then the resource will give, you'll go to the contract document. Then we'll give the copy the resource. Normally this base URI and resource will be given by the development team, or you'll get in the board. Okay, Jira board or Azure board, whatever you are going to get work, that you will get in the story section. Okay, dot put dot as JSON. Okay, then dot body. Okay, then string. So string body, we are going to pass this as string body. Then we'll go to the contract document, copy it. Okay. Now, right, I'll first we need to get the ID, right? So we get the ID, then you change, then we are going to update it, right? In the place of, right, last time what we gave when we go down, we gave right manager, we gave API, and then we gave Anju, right? Now what we'll do is, right, let it be project manager. In the let the body be API. We'll change the name now. Let it be API. Okay. So we gave the name Satish now. Okay. Then we'll give. Okay, then then we'll give the semicolon now. Okay, so we'll make this one as private. Okay, now next one is, right, we'll go and execute this one with the help of this scenario builder. Okay, so we need to execute this test case, right, this methods with the help of scenario builder. Okay, so we'll give scenario builder. Okay, scenario builder. Next one is scenario builder post equal to, so we are creating a sequence of scenarios to execute. Okay, so scenario dot execute. Okay, we'll call that post here. Okay, so I'll give post here. First post resource will be executed, we'll give semicolon, and we'll see, right, post scenario post dot execute post. The import is issue, let me give. Control is set here. Let me change the inputs. Hmm. Now import was the issue. Okay. First we set the execution of post. Now we need to set get and put. Okay. First now the scenario is built for post. Next we'll put for get actually and put. Okay. So I'll copy. I'll change it to get. Okay. Now we saw right get post put and we gave right. So we gave get. Then we'll give for put. Okay. So now everything is set now. Okay. So let's run this one. Okay. We set up, but next we need to set up how many users we want to do it. Okay. So we just build it the scenarios. We need to initiate the set with the help of setup method. How many users we need to set it up. Okay. For that we'll go setup. You copy the post dot. Last time you remember right? Inject open. We need to give and how many users we need to run. Okay. For example, first we can give right at once 10 users we can give at once 10 users. Okay, so 10 users are going to hit this API and check what is the response time. So okay, that is what we are the logic here. So we are going to check 10 users are going to hit and check this API. Okay, same thing are going to get. So 10 users are going to retrieve it and check what is the response here for the same API. Okay, so that is what is the agenda here of this code. Okay, now again 10 users are going to update it and see what is the response time. Okay, so first we created set up the base with the help of chain builder, then we created the scenarios with the help of scenario builder, and with the help of setup right we are just initiating how many users we want to test it. Okay, so this is how we can give at once user. So this if I give at once user, 10 users are going to hit the API and do it. Suppose there will be a ramp up. Ramp up, you all know, right? Ramp up, you all know, right? Ramp up is for every one user, how many seconds it should take. Okay, for example, first user hits, after some 2 seconds, next user hits. Like that, we can also give. Okay, ramp up duration 5 seconds. So first user will hit after 5 seconds, second user. Same thing after 5 seconds, third user will hit. So this is how we need to set it. The how many users we need to hit the particular right the API and check it. Okay, so this way I think we're all set now. Okay, now we'll define the protocol also. Okay, protocol HTTP protocol which we created earlier. So our base here also is called here in the execution. Okay, so now we'll run this code. Okay, for that I need to go to the engine class. Okay, we should run last video if you remember we need to execute with the help of this engine class. Okay, I'll just run as and click Java application. This is where the main method is there, right? Okay, we need to give what simulation we need to give. We need to invoke the C2T API. So that I'll add enter 0 now. Enter. I don't want any description. I'll just give enter. So we'll have an error now. Illegal argument exception. Okay, let's see what's in as. So we need to give a scenario name as unique. So we'll give right create. Then we'll give retrieve. Retrieve. RIV. Yeah. Then update. Then we should call the names there, right? Okay, I need to give it in report. Okay, that was an issue. Okay, now let's run 0. Then I'll give enter. Now the API has been started. Okay, so it's going to run for all the three requests post, get, and delete, and the report has been generated. Okay, you can see right post, get, right, it has been done, and it's going to simulate for run for 10 users, 10 different users. It's going to run and generate a report. Okay, it did generate a report. Now let's go to the path and see the report. Let's for that we should need to refresh the project. Okay, then we'll go. Okay, go to the C2T API. We'll go and refresh the project. So you can see right. So right that if you go and see the details right, get request, post request, and the put request. Okay, you can see the response time for each right. The each request you can see first for post right how many 10 users, number of requests 10 right, and what is the response time, minimum time, maximum time. We'll see the report in detail in the coming sessions. Okay, but you can able to see right the report has been generated for all the get, post, put, and delete. It has been generated. Okay, one small thing we need to do, we'll learn here. Okay, we kept the right the request in the code, right? Why not we keep it in a separate file? That's the next question I have. Okay, why not we keep the code in this particular JSON request in a separate file? Okay, so for that, right, I'll go onto the project and I'll create a separate file. Okay, so data I'll create a file. Okay, test data or JSON a request, JSON request, post request. Okay, click finish. Post request and it should be saved as an JSON file. Okay, so we need to pass the JSON file. Let me go to the this one and copy this post JSON request. Okay, so now I'll just do a small change here. Just let it be manager, and I'll change my name. Cell name, let it be. I'll just change the author name Franklin. Okay, now it's so we gave from the code itself, right? But we need to give if the suppose the case where I need to pass this request from the external file. Okay, so in that way, the same code must a small change in the place of body. What we should do is we should give raw body. Okay, we should give raw file body. This method we need to pass, and we should give the path of the file. Okay, we should get the path of the file, copy qualified name, and we should paste it. Okay, and we should remove the project name. Okay, and the should delete it, and we should give it double quotes. So I gave this JSON file from the external file. I'm running it in a raw file body. Instead of passing the request in the code, we can keep it in a separate file and we can run. Okay, let me run this code. Yes, I'll give an execution. Now we'll run the code again now. So it should work. It should take the request from the right external file. That is the logic here. And give 0, then enter. It's working now. Okay, so this one is taking the file from the Excel one. Okay, so now the post request is working. Okay, so this is guys, right? So we saw in this video, right, how to test API with the help of Gatling performance testing tool, and how to test with the different users and generate a report. Okay, so that's right the agenda for this video. So thanks for watching. Continue to follow us in our YouTube channel. We'll see you again.